Hello Groundhoppers and welcome to Matt the Groundhopper channel. This is episode 4 of Who's Bigger. Currently covered Sheffield United versus Sheffield Wednesday. I've done Dundee versus Dundee United and Cardiff versus Swansea. Today it's the turn of the Edinburgh derby, which is Hearts versus Hibs, to find out the two giants in Edinburgh who is the bigger and more successful club. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's make a start. Before I do move on, look, there's no axe to grind. I'm not doing politics in football. This is purely on the club's size and their sporting achievements. So, please don't take it personally. It's just a bit of fun, yeah? Some people take it quite personally when their team ends up being on the losing side. It's just a bit of fun. Lighten up, yeah? So, Hearts versus Hibs. Hearts are located on the west side of Edinburgh. Tynecastle's where they play, and the ground's quite close to Murrayfield actually. I've been to both Murrayfield and outside, and I've been to Tynecastle once before, pre-COVID, and actually Hearts versus Aberdeen was my very first live Scottish game at a ground. I think it was back in 2018. Got absolutely hooked on that game, and that's the reason why I keep travelling to Scotland now to watch live games. It was also pre-Matt the Groundhopper channel as well, so yeah, so that was my first game. I need to go back to Tynecastle because I haven't put it on my channel, so I shall go there for a second time. But yeah, Hearts play at Tynecastle. Famous fans, I made a quick note here. Stephen Hendry, 7 times world champion. Alex Salmond, famous Scottish politician, we all know who he is. And Nicky Campbell, sort of radio presenter. And regarding Tynecastle, ground was built in 1886. Moving on to Hibernian, so Hibs are located on the east side of Edinburgh. Not had the pleasure of visiting Easter Road yet, but it's on my list and I will be there at some point. Ground built in 1893, and some famous sort of Hibernian fans. I've got a list here. The Proclaimers. Obviously they're twins, I presume they're both Hibs fans, but it just says the Proclaimers. Got Andy Murray and his brother Jamie Murray as well. So obviously tennis fans, they're big Hibs fans. And Dougray Scott, who's an actor, I think he's been in Mission Impossible and things. So yeah, so got some famous Hibs fans as well. Here are the rounds 1 to 8, sort of covering the ground, attendances, etc., and also sporting achievements. So let's make a start with round 1. Okay, on to round 6, and this is the 20-year league positions for both Hearts and Hibs. So basically, just a very easy points allocation. If you've been in the top league, you get 4 points a season. If you've been in sort of the second league, like the Championship, you get 3 points a season. So for the last 20 seasons, Hearts have been in the Premier League for 18 seasons, and they had 2 sort of seasons in the Championship. Only for 1 season each time, so obviously went down, went straight back up again, down and back up again. On contrast to Hibernian, so at the last 20 seasons they had 3 seasons in the Championship, and that was sort of 3 seasons in a row. And I think one of them seasons, I think you had Hearts, Hibs and Rangers all in the Championship, so I remember that league being pretty competitive that year. Really, really good attendances, having the 3 big clubs in the Championship. So on this occasion, it is a win for Hearts as they score 78 points to 77. On to round 7, and this is the social media following, using the 3 sort of well-known platforms of Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And this round sort of always surprised me a bit, because some clubs, they may take it more seriously than others, and I've been surprised how many followers some smaller clubs have as opposed to larger clubs. But as it stands for Hearts and Hibs, so the combined total of social media followers for Hearts is 249,000 on them 3 platforms, and for Hibs it's 275,000. So Hibs win round 7. On to round 8, which is Honours and Awards, the final round. Current score is 4-4 between Hearts and Hibs, which, to be honest, I'm not surprised. I said, before, these clubs are very, very close in so many ways. But yeah, so on to the Honours. So, very basic scoring system. If you're in the Premier League, the Tier 1 division, 5 points, 4 points for a Championship Tier 2 win, 3 points for an FA Cup or a League Cup. So we start with Hearts. So Hearts have won the Premier League or the top tier league 4 times. They won 8 FA Cups, 4 League Cups and 3 Championships. That gives them 68 points in total. With Hibs, they've won 4 Premier League top tier divisions, 3 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, and they've won 6 Championships, and that gives them a tally of 62. But before I go on, I just want to make a note that the last Premier League Premiership title that Hearts won was in 1960, and Hibs haven't won the top league since 1952, which, I'm a huge Scottish fan, a Scottish football fan, and I see Hearts and Hibs along with Aberdeen as being a sort of second tier sort of string side, just below Rangers and Celtic. And Aberdeen won the league 3 times in the 70s and 80s. Dundee United won it once as well, and I think it was 83. And for Hearts and Hibs not to have won the league for over 60 years, I think it's just incredible. I think it's sad, if I'm being honest, because it'd be such a great thing for Scottish football if a Hearts or a Hibs or an Aberdeen again could actually win the league, because it is so dominated by Rangers and Celtic. But yeah, so 68 points to 62. Hearts win that round 8, which makes them the winners at 5-4. There you have it. So the final score is Hearts 5, Hibs 4. And, they come out as being the slightly bigger club. Just a small smidgen. But as I say before, the clubs, there's not a lot between them. They're pretty much level pegging in my eyes. If you like the channel, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Thank you for staying towards the end and watching this video. Follow me on Twitter as well. And also, don't forget to follow my ground hopping videos all around the UK, looking to complete all 92 in England, 42 in Scotland, and all the National League clubs, and Hampden and Wembley, making it 160 in total. So check out them videos and check out my other Who's Bigger videos as well. As I say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye for now.